How's the weather up there?
It's not bad today.
You're in
It's
Canada,
really,
right?
I'm in Canada. I'm in Northern Ontario, Canada.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just checking my Facebook page to make sure that we're live and people can get on. Did you get a little bit of work done today?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, get back. I got more work.
Sorry about the delay here.
Oh, no, it's fine, man. Not a problem.
Okay, we are live on the page.
Okay, cool.
This is awesome. We'll get started and then I'm going to upload it to my website after and YouTube and all that good stuff.
Oh, all right.
So, welcome everyone on this week's Digital Entrepreneurship Rocks interview. I've got Eric Greene with us. Eric's been earning an income online for quite a few years now, and he's going to tell us a bit about his experience and his transition because Eric had an offline business prior to getting started online. So maybe you want to share that experience with us, Eric, your transition from offline to online and how that went. I imagine there was a few key things to learn in order to transition full time, right?
Right, absolutely, absolutely. And like Trisha said, my previous offline businesses, I was in the automotive industry. I've been a master mechanic at a very young age. I got started around like 16, 17 years old. And it was something that I thought I was really passionate about. And at the time I was. And I went on to open my own shops. I did very, very well financially with it. But I started to lose passion with it. And not only that, but the market started to change as far as just around that time where the entire economy just started to collapse. And because of that, I had to, walk away from those businesses and basically start all over. And it was tough at first. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it's all easy and all of those things, because just being an entrepreneur, period, is not the easiest thing to do. It takes a person that has a lot of drive and passion, and especially when it comes to online businesses, because you can get really frustrated. You can get a lot of wrong information and things like that. So that process for me was probably a little bit more difficult than most people, I would say, because for the first few years, I really didn't take it serious. I thought it was just kind of more or less like a hobby until I had to close those businesses and my back was against the wall. And that's when I started really getting serious and really staying focused on what I was doing when it came to just list building and reaching out to other people and learning and things of that nature. And the transition was a little difficult, but well worth it. Definitely well worth it. Because once you actually take it serious and you have the mindset that you're going to win at this no matter what, it just moves you in a different way. And you always have to stay open to learning things. No one knows everything, and you have to definitely take in as much knowledge and education as you can when it comes to that, because there's one thing or two things that someone else is doing that you can learn from that can help you move your business to a whole nother level if you just stay open to that. So
Did you try to learn many things at once, or did you stay focused on like learning email marketing or reaching out to people on social media?
Well, at first, I was trying to learn everything, and that's what part of the trouble was that I was getting overwhelmed with so many different things that I was trying to learn. I was trying to learn how to build pages, email marketing, when it comes to list building, things of that nature. When it came to doing video marketing and various different things all at once. It wasn't until I stepped back, I picked one area that I was going to get really good at, and then once I mastered that, I moved on to the next area. So my advice is, definitely learn one thing in particular that you may want to learn. Maybe it's, building a list, or maybe it's, building your own pages or building your own funnels or things like that. And then once you master that or you feel comfortable with it, then you can move on to something else, because what you've already learned and what you've already developed, it'll start to become second nature as you're starting to put all the pieces together to whatever it is that you're trying to build.
Right. I think that's a really good piece of advice, is to learn one thing and master it and move on to the next. Great. So we all know that mentorship is important in business in general. Who's your current mentor?
My current mentor right now, I'm working with the owner of a couple different systems. His name is Dale Sizer, and we've been working together for quite some time now on just various different projects that we've recently launched, and it's going really, really good. I've learned quite a bit from him. I've had a lot of mentors. I've paid several different people for their pieces of knowledge and information, because I wanted to take it to the next level. I wanted to go from the point of where I was, master what they were doing, and then add that to my arsenal of information.
Awesome. We'll touch base in a bit in a couple of questions on your project with Dale. Automation is key. What products are you currently using to help automate your online business?
Well, a couple different things. Obviously, you want to have some type of funnel or lead system that will automatically capture your leads to start building your list and start sending them information on what they requested information about. So that's obviously one of the things. Another thing, a recent tool that I started using when it came to Facebook automation is really cool. It's by a company called O Community. And what it allows me to do is really grab a lot of data from Facebook in particular when it comes to different Facebook users, their interests and things like that. So that way I can get targeted information to those individuals about what their interests are. So if I have someone that's interested, one of my friends is interested in, let's just say, for example, learn how to earn money online, then I can definitely get to that information and send them information on how to do that. Obviously through building the relationship and finding out what their needs are and to see if there's even a qualification or a fit to work together. But once all of those things are met and the qualification list is completed and we can work together, then they're definitely going to get the information on how they can move from their current situation and move to the next level in their life.
Right, that's really good stuff. So the key is to have the funnel, capture your leads, because most of your sales are made in the follow-ups, right? What percentage would you say of your sales are made in the follow-ups?
Oh, wow.
Approximately.
I would say roughly about, 60 to 70%. Follow-up is very, very important, because a lot of people they may not just grasp it the first time, or they may not really understand it. So if you're following up with people and you're just staying in tune to what their needs are, what they're actually looking for, and you make that connection through the follow-up process, then it goes from being just a lead or a prospect to converting to a sale and team member. So, definitely that follow-up is very, very important.
Awesome. 2016, you probably had a few success stories of things that you've worked on. I know you've been involved in an opportunity with Dale that you helped launch in December. You put in a lot of work into that to make sure it was successful. Tell us about that experience a bit, because I know you were up like almost so many hours in a day.
That was it was one of the I think longest launches that I've done, and uh, it was really really good. It was really really good. Within like the first 6 hours of launching, uh, we helped people earn over $300,000. And then within, I think it was like a week, maybe 2 weeks, that grew to almost $1 million that was paid out to members. So the experience was a lot of long hours, right? A lot of late nights, a lot of work was put into it. But the reward was so much greater than all of the hours that we put in and all of the sleepless nights and things of that nature, because we saw people create their first money online ever. We saw people create their first, 4 and 5 figure days. We saw people that are on the way to creating their first six figures ever, and it's continuing. It's still growing. The amount of people that just took action that first week was just absolutely remarkable. It was well over, it was well over like 15,000 or so that immediately just took action right away, and I feel very very proud about that and being a part of that, and obviously working with Dale on that. It's an honor to work with him. The guy is very knowledgeable. He knows tons and tons of information about the industry, and he's taught me a lot.
Yeah, you got a lot of people involved in that to join. And what I particularly liked of the way you did it is you weren't looking to build the team for you. You were looking to build the team for other people to be successful. You were putting other members under us when we joined, and I think that's how you got a lot of feedback in the group from people. I think you had close to 1,000 members in the group, if I recall correctly. So
Yeah.
a lot of a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of feedback, positive stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was, because I like to help people, and I like to. I wanted a lot of people to just get the feeling of what it is that I feel, what it is that, when I check my sales on a daily basis, how I feel when I wake up in the morning. And I wanted people to be able to feel that. So I helped a lot of people. And I think personally in sales, it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think the number was right around $30,000 or $40,000 that was distributed amongst the team, just so they can feel that, right? Because me personally, I wasn't really worried about my own personal success at that moment, because I've had success in various different areas online. So that was just really, I wanted people to get that feeling, because I think that the result is very very important when it comes to the attitude, because it helps you once you see something work and you see a result from it, then you move that much harder. You stay that much more focused than, generally speaking, when most people, when they first get involved in this industry. A lot of people don't take it serious because they don't have anything to show for it. But I wanted people to see that there's something that can be shown for it, and that it really does work. And a lot of those people today are still generating sales.
Hmm. Hmm. Awesome. We know that learning is key to growing. So, what book are you currently reading?
Right now, because I do some other things in the financial sector as well, and I'm reading a book by Tony Robbins, is Money Master the Game, and I just started it, so it's going to be a good one. Tony Robbins definitely has a lot of information. I just finished reading Grant Cardone's 10x again, because I just love that book, and I love how the different experiences that he shares and the mindset that he shares when it comes to just going hard in your business. And he just released another book that I'm going to grab about being obsessed, and I definitely have to grab that one because, as you know, Grant Cardone is the awesome author. He walks the walk, talks the talk, right? He lives the life that, many are trying to get to, and he just lays down the foundation of what exactly to do. Tony Robbins is just at a whole nother level, right? I mean, he's the first, I think, billionaire motivational life coach, or whatever genre that you want to put him in, also a master at finances. So that's going to be an excellent book. I already know.
Awesome. Looking forward to picking that one up in the future. What's your favorite social media platform these days? Because social media is important. I've seen you do a few Facebook Lives in the past, and would you say that's your key platform right now?
Yeah, well, I like Facebook. Definitely, I just crossed 100 live broadcasts the other day, so that was pretty cool. I like Facebook. Facebook is, if you use it correctly, you can earn a ton of money on Facebook, especially when it comes to running Facebook ads, when it comes to building out your Facebook pages, and even on your personal profile with just connecting with different people. So I really like Facebook. I would say that's one of the top ones. I like my Instagram has built up quite a bit to where I have right about, I think it was like 9,500 followers that's on Instagram. And I'm also rebuilding Twitter right now. So Twitter is an excellent platform for business as well. So I've kind of put some more focus on Twitter here lately as I'm starting to build up that page again.
How do you drive traffic from Twitter? Do you give them a free offer in order to entice them to? Because I've thrown all sorts of things on Twitter, and whether it be free, trying to make sales directly, and nothing's really stuck for me with that platform. So I kind of put it on the wayside. I'm really focused on Instagram right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when it comes to Twitter, Twitter also has paid advertising as well, just like Facebook, just like Instagram, off through Facebook ads. And with Twitter, you can run the paid traffic by doing just particular keyword search on particular things that you're looking for or interest that are already shown on Twitter. So it's kind of similar to Facebook in a sense, as far as targeting particular interests. So you can run your traffic that way. Again, you can offer something of value, something for free. That law of reciprocity. So if you're giving them something for free, and in exchange, you're going to build your list. They're going to get onto your list, and then from there you can do a follow-up process, guiding them in whichever direction that you're going in whatever business that you're building.
Speaking of list, how big is your email list currently?
Oh, I have a couple different autoresponders that I use. Is tiptoeing right around 350,000 at this point, and that's just doing just basic strategies of just having the capture page at least to something of free value. So.
Awesome. And my last question is, where do you see yourself in 3 years from now?
On an island somewhere, right?
Antigua would be nice, or Hawaii, or
Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, anywhere. That's a long-term goal, long-term vision, is that eventually I'll be able to move to the tropics and kind of live out the rest of my days there. But seriously, we're moving in such a fast pace, and our businesses is really, really hard to just say exactly where we're going to be, because I have so many different things that are going. Not only recent projects, but some things I'm working on the back end, some of my offline businesses as well, working on some things for my brother. So honestly, at this point, in 3 years, it could be, just amazing. Just amazing.
For sure. Well, I want to thank you for your time. And I think we've been connected on Facebook for between a year or two. I didn't check the date when we became friends, but I've learned quite a bit from you and joining your opportunity about 8 months ago. Just an amazing product with so much training inside it for the value that you're getting. It's amazing. So I want to thank you. I hope that the audience got some value from this interview, and we'll chat soon, buddy. Take care. Have a great
Absolutely.
week.
All right, you too, Christian. See you later.
All right. Take care. Bye.